Yeah.
Before it starts. Then we become busy with everyone.
Come. Come now, all of you.
How are you? Long time. I think you can. That's what.
Come. Yeah, all of you. Some of you can sit. Some of you can stand. Some of you sit. Some of you stand. Is everyone covered?
Yeah. Spine.
Yeah.
Take my people.
Thank you. If they are able to hear this, and they told to unmute.
Start.
I will be here. Yeah. No, I will be here.
You sit there by here.
Or mat for you to come. Your mic is on. Mic is on. On this. You check it out. Otherwise, I will increase the volume. First, then accordingly to the I will adjust the volume.
Hello.
Bala, I'll just say hello.
Hello.
Can you all hear us? One of you kindly confirm.
Yes, we are able.
You are able to hear? Now I will mute all the participants, okay? Mute all, okay. We are just getting started. Come forward. Suma. All of you come forward now. You sit here and say, no, I am here because of you.
Is Mukunji
Are you obstructing?
little bit Mukunji like to touch
Imaginary line of
No, correct. It is hard. Nobody will come here. That is why I am here.
Hari Om, all of you, Namaskara. It's wonderful to see a lot of people. After 2 years, I think we all are meeting on this auspicious day, Gurupoornima. So let us begin with 3 Omkara and Chana.
Let us all sit comfortably.
Namaskara again. So let us begin this Gurupoornima celebration with Guru Stuti by Vidya and Mukund, followed by invocation by Swaksha and Seshwati.
व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, Sesha. That was a fantastic song about Guru. Actually, our Guru Parampara, this is something very unique in our, we say Sarashya Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, and they Guru Parampara. So what is this Guru Parampara? So Guru Parampara is nothing where the knowledge is just flowing, wherever there is a Guru and Shishya. When Guru and Shishya are together, knowledge is flowing. And it has happened that over generations, across yugas, this Guru Shishya have always come together. It is said that, wherever there is a demand, supply is there. So when demand for self-knowledge is there, we see that the supply is just suddenly there. And I'm sure it is an experience for each one of us here, how we came to Yoga Bharati, how we became part of Yoga Bharati. So somewhere that, that demand for, it could be self-knowledge, whatever, that self-seek. So that demand which was there manifested as supply, as Yoga Bharati as a whole body. And if we see the inner guiding principle, the tattva of Yoga Bharati, it is nothing but underground. So he is our guide, if we imagine Yoga Bharati as one individual, so the inner Guru Tattva is our Raghuramji. So let us pay our respects to Raghuramji today. I will call upon few volunteers to please come and pay respects.
Yoga teachers, everyone. Srijit, please come. Yes. Actually, all of us are yoga bhartis. Say like that. Yeah. So, whoever would like to come and please.
Don't hide the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Come
No,
this side.
no.
This side.
So, we just got one very special thing. You can put it on over it. This is for your home.
Wow.
Yes, this is for, it's a nameplate for his house.
Hold the mic.
This is a nameplate
It is live,
for his
it's
house.
live.
It's actually created by an artist called Reshma Bansal, and she's supposed to be here with us.
Oh, she is
yes.
also-
Yes.
Okay.
She's the artist.
Oh, Lima
Bansal.
Yesterday only I was thinking that I should put a board in front of me.
See, my God. Okay.
Something. Then you try my thought.
That's what they say, when the thought pattern is out,
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
students have grabbed it. Jai Shri Ram. So maybe Vidya, you can take it little forward for people to see.
You take it. You just speak there and tell them that this was gifted to Raghuram. Can talk, Mukul.
Yeah, so this is the a name board for his house. Jai Shri Ram on the top and Shri N.V. Raghuram. And Raghuramji says that yesterday he was thinking that his house needs a nameplate and the plate was already there. Thanks to Rashmi, Rima Bansal who designed this.
Design was given by Mrs. Ma'am.
Okay, Prabha ma'am is
I
the
just created her thoughts.
one producer, one artist came together. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. We should picture Raghuramji.
Yeah, up in the picture.
Pyramid. Today is also Raghuramji's birthday. So we are all going to wish him happy birthday with a song, happy birthday song in Sanskrit.
Asmita also will join.
Yeah, Smita. Yeah, no, come. Anyone can join.
जन्मदिनमिदम् आय प्रिय सखे जन्मदिनमिदम् आय प्रिय सखे शन्दनो सर्वदा मुदम् शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् प्रार्थयामहे भवसतायुषी प्रार्थयामहे भवसतायुषी ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु जन्मदिनमिदम् अयि प्रिय सखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जया जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जया जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् जन्मदिनमिदम् अयि प्रिया सखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् We start prayer for the church.
11 times. Yeah.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् 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 मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् So, in this charged atmosphere, Bhagavaji, can you please explain to us what is this Guru Tattva? Because we all keep hearing Guru is not an individual, it is within us, that guiding principle. So, if you can throw more light on that, and how we as sadhaka can be in tune with that Guru Tattva, start listening to that.
So I'm very happy. Gurupoornima, Vyasapurnima, also Buddhapurnima. And there are two important things. One is Vyasapurnima, other is Buddhapurnima. And Buddhapurnima is what the words he spoke are not important, but the silence of Buddha was very important. That's why they say Buddha never spoke. And the same thing applies to Gurupoornima also. That's why we have this mantra that says that Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyasya Chinna Samshaya. It is not by the words that people are convinced, but about the silence. That's what really taken them forward. That's the most important thing about this particular culture. Now, that gives us an idea that Guru represents basically that Mauna. So that we are inspired by the Mauna, and then we try to make ourselves develop that particular Mauna, this aspect of silence within us. So that is the direction that we try to get it. Now we have this Guru Parampara, but they have done such wonderful job. I would like to recollect something about why we remember Shankara, why remember Vyasa. It is something which is extraordinary. That is, this particular culture, before I go to that culture, but let me say that how this whole thing evolved. Also, very important thing that Patanjali has given us. Patanjali says when we go to a particular state of deep inner peace inside, samadhi inside, that point of time that we are filled with what is called as Ritambhara Tasya Prajna. That means to say our Prajna, our awareness, is directly connected with the nature's laws. Rhythm is that. Satyam is the local laws, Rhythm is the nature's laws. And nature laws are the things which are responsible for evolution of this particular culture. This culture, more than 20,000 years, some recent scientists have said, it's all because of this culture evolved from that. For several years, several thousands of years, it went on without any written record of it. And the first person who brought that into the written record is Vyasa. Or say the group of Vyasas, because several names of Vyasa come. It's such an important task that he has taken up, that in this particular culture, he has divided 4 different directions, north, east, west, south, and then set up people that can record whatever that's happening in this culture. Both things, that is what is happening at the ground reality and what is the purpose of all this reality to take you forward. And this is what he calls as Karma Kanda, and that going upwards is what is called as Jnana Kanda. And this is the specialty of this culture, that where we always been guided by what is called as Jnana Kanda, the higher principle. That means all these things what we are doing in the world outside is the peripheral activity. And the core activity is something where we go to a higher level. And that higher level is given by the rishis, who are supposed to be direct perception of that reality that they had. But even then they say that they only said words, and the words are not the reality. Words, when reality is corrupted, it has become the words. But then they can't help it, therefore that they put it in the form of words. And somebody said very beautifully, it is like the way that the arrow that you show, so that way you need to go. It's only that arrow that we have got. And that's what it is Vedas and then the Upanishads that are contained in the Vedas. Such an extraordinary human service that he has done to create that kind of literature. That's why first literature is Vedas, and Vyasa has given us the Vedas. But then he has also shown that there is a direction that we need to give that arrow. And that arrow what he has given is what is called the Brahma Sutra. That's why Badarana has, the authorship is actually Vyasas. He has given the Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra again is not about the Brahma, because nothing can be written about Brahma, it's only silence. Only thing is it points out towards that. It's pointed out towards that. So therefore that all these Upanishads and the Brahma Sutra, they are all pointing towards that. But what happens in this literature is that such a beautiful way. I don't know when, what time that it was composed, several thousands of years ago, in such a way that you cannot count them. You cannot add something, you cannot remove something, you can add some of your ideas, nothing can be done. That's why that's what is the definition of sutra. You can give commentary. And people are given commentary. That's also very important. It's given in such a way that people can give commentary on that. And commentary is for the current population. So that means to say, whatever the literature which has come from the Vyasa's time, they can be applied from time to time, they can be put in such a way that it can be applied to the local current population. Like for example, 5,000 years ago when Krishna wrote the Bhagavad Gita, it was something which was useful for the people at that point of time. There were references which are there in Bhagavad Gita. You can clearly see that those words, those things that are there in the Bhagavad Gita are current in those days. Today we may not use it. So Krishna put it that way. Like for example, Arjuna asked a question to Krishna saying that Adibhutam Chetim Bhaktam Adhiraimam Kimuchate Adhyakam Katam Bhaktam. He asked that question like that. Today when we look at it, it's something like a very theoretical question, philosophical question is asking. But actually when you look at that way, then you are missing it. The real way that we can understand is that during those days, the Adibhuta, Adhyakya, Adhidaiva was the common place language. And that's what the questions are in that direction, which could be understood that way. The same Bhagavad Gita, when we today translate them or write a commentary, it is for today's language that we can write. So therefore that the advantage of that is that it's always living. This culture is always living. That's why it is called as Sanatana. If it's ancient, it was called as Puratana. But it is ever living, therefore it is called as Sanatana. Another 1,000 years later, somebody will come and interpret it the way that what applies 1,000 years later. And at that time they say, what is this Raghuram said, something which is so ancient, old time kind of thing. For him it is like that. So therefore basically, we have an ability, we have an opportunity to see that these things follow in this particular thing. Such a guru, that is what is Vyasa, should we not remember him. So on this Gurupoornima Day, that's why it is called as Vyasapurnima Day. Supposed to be he was born. But then more important is whether he is born or not. But he is somebody to be remembered for that. The second person is Shankara. Extraordinary incarnation is Shankara. In fact, by the time when Shankara came, there were so many factions doing something like ritual, somebody doing something else. All that was going on. How to bring them together in one unit? That was the extraordinary work of Shankara. Probably in the history of mankind, nobody has done that kind of work what Shankara has done, Adi Shankaracharya. That's something which is remarkable that we need to recognize. Why that we think that this Gurupoornima, we remember about Shankara. So that is, the idea is, see how beautifully he said that these four Vedas, they were confined to only this particular ritual there, this particular ritual there. He said, no, we need to revive these Vedas. That's why he created four Shankara Pithas and four provinces of this country. And each Shankara Pitha is given a Vakya, that is what is Mahavakya, belonging to one particular Veda, and he has given the in charge of that. So they were supposed to take care of this Veda, to see that it is upgraded, updated, and then people recite it. Today we have people who recite all the four Vedas. So therefore, all that culture is created by Shankara, almost like 2,400 years back, he has created all these kind of things. That's an extraordinary thing. Not only he created the Vedas, because the Vedas reach a particular kind of a society, therefore he has to write commentary on the Prakarana Granthas. He brought about so many Prakarana Granthas that are supposed to be the text which explains about what is given in the Upanishads in a simpler form. That's why we have Atma Bodha, Tattva Bodha, Viveka Bodha, all these things that he has created, so that it can reach common man. We are inspired by the Prakarana Granthas so that you can go to the Upanishads, and then further it can continue. But then his goal was only one thing, that is, how can we all become sadhakas? That sadhaka goal is something that is very important. That's why he created what is called as ashramas. Not only ashramas, that means to say only the sadhaka level that they develop. He wanted to reach the common man. And for that, the culture remains in the common man in the form of the puja that we do, the ritual that we do. So he did not neglect that. A lot of people say that he gave only Advaitavada, therefore he did not pay attention to that. He said, Shanmatacharya, that his name is one of the names that is given to Shankaracharya, Shanmata. 6 different matas he has created around gods. Vishnu, Shiva, he has created the stotras so that you can chant. And then he made all these gods real and living so that we follow the rituals. And all these temples that you see, this culture developed because of Shankara's effort of creating the Shanmatacharya. All right, he has given that, but does it reach the people who are in the hills, who are in the fishermen that are there in this? Because this culture encompasses everybody. We have seen all that, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, everybody is encompassed in this culture, everybody has to be taken care of. That's why he has given what is called as Dashanami Sampradaya. Just wonder what an extraordinary vision he must have had to create this Dashanami Sampradaya. For those people who are living in the villages, he created what is called as Nagari. And people who are living in the hills, he created what is called as the Giris, Giri Parampara that he created. That's why we have Ishwarandagiri, Sachidanandagiri. These are all the saints who are there belonging to the Giri Sampradaya. And those people who are deep into the culture, deep into the literature, that is what is he created, Saraswati Sampradaya. And that's what is the, Dayananda Saraswati. All these people are the Saraswati Sampradaya who go into the depth of this particular literature and then take it to the people around. How many people are created like that? Like that, can you imagine that he has given Sagar Sampradaya? These are the people who are supposed to be the saints, who are in the coastal region and educating, developing their own way, all the gods and goddesses, rituals, temples and all those things connected with those who are in the fishery areas and all that. So he reached all those people. And in a short life of 25 years, he did all those things. Imagine that what an amount of things that he has. Probably some of them must have seen only one time Swami with Shankaracharya. And then he made them as a Shankarapita head. Like for example, Sureshwara went to Shankarapita. You mean to say that Sureshwaracharya spent so much time with Shankaracharya? No. He just came and landed with Shankara and he was in Kashi, and after that he was sent to take care of the ashram there. So like that means to say what an amount of power he must have given, empowered them to see that he has an idea that for this parampara, that these people will continue with all those things. So we have Dashanami Sampradaya, all these things will go to these places. But then he said, no, not only that, this culture also has people in the forest. And they do not belong to the society. We should take care of them also. That's why he created what is called as Nagas, Bell Sampradaya, Naga Sampradaya. Today you see the amount of culture that is there in the Naga Sampradaya. We may not know about when the next, where this Kumbh Mela takes place. Nagas will know about it. They will come there. In fact, now the history is opening up saying that actually a lot of invasions that happened in India, it is Nagas who protected them because basically Nagas know about the forest. And those are the days there were forests that were there. And they did not allow these people to spread, Muslim spread, and then protected this culture. Look at all these things. What a man he is. What an extraordinary power he is. Who else can be a greater guru for us than him? That's why we say that the first Acharya is the Vyasa, and the second thing is Shankara. And all other Acharyas who carry this mantle that is given by Shankara into the people around. So that is why basically our idea has 3 different important points that were given by this Guru Parampara or this Gurupoornima Day, we need to remember. One thing is that whatever possible for us to see that how much that we learn, we take this message forward. And that's what is called as Jnana Yajna. That means to say, we have what is called as that, it is known as, the idea is that we have Runa, Jnana Runa, Guru Runa, and that is what is learn, update the knowledge, and pass it on to the next generation. This is something which we all have to learn about it. This is the first thing. The second thing is, whether we know it or not, but we have to respect our culture, because that this is given by the sages who did not even look for any, like in the Upanishad, the sage gives a message, extraordinary wonderful message. And then he says that I am not giving this message, somebody has given from earlier generation. It is Sushma Purvesham Yenastan Vichatakshare. That means how selflessly that they are given. Whatever that they are given, if we do not respect them, that's what is called as Shraddha. Don't have Shraddha, that means we will not encourage that to see that it goes generation after generation. Second aspect of it. And third aspect of it is that, as I said, this culture, as Shankaracharya put it together, it is about the rituals, about the practices, about the symbols that we enact. We should see that we carry that symbol, those ideas in the generation to come, so that we do it, next generation will adapt. If we don't do it, then it will not reach the next generation. So it's our responsibility to see that whatever that is given by the earlier leaders that is there, can we enrich these things also, take it forward? Because these days I see a lot of people, because they say that, we will be this, that, and all that, give up a lot of rituals. So that's why in Yoga they said that we have to respect these rituals and then take it forward to the people. That's what is the important thing. So therefore, when we do these three things, then probably that we are really taking care of what is called as this Guru Parampara that we are doing. In this whole process, what's happening is that, in fact, the Guru concept itself is extraordinary. Anything that we learn, somebody from anything, anybody, we call it as Guru. It's a simple thing. A small little simple thing that we learn is supposed to be a Guru. But then, of all these Gurus, most important thing is that, like the way somebody uses the knowledge for the spirituality. Why? Because basically, as I said, that it's all pointing out towards that particular aspect of it, which is supposed to be beyond words. So, inspires it towards that particular beyond words. That's what is the spiritual knowledge. So, that spiritual knowledge, whoever it gives, that's why Omkara, the fourth pada, Chatushpaditatyam Omkara, the fourth pada is silence. And one who can take us to that silence is supposed to be Guru. That's why they say that Omkara is Mahaguru for us, because it takes us to that silence. So therefore, that's what we need to take it forward. But this Guru Parampara, it is something which can take us towards that particular state. That's what is basically the idea of Guru Parampara that we are trying to follow. Now, there is another very important aspect is that Guru himself is somebody who is so set up in sadhana, and that becomes very important. Guru himself is not there. Actually, it is not teaching oriented, it is actually learning oriented. The teaching oriented where the teacher and student, and learning oriented where this parampara is there. That means the teaching oriented, then you can have a syllabus, and according to syllabus we teach. But unfortunately these days, the universities also, they teach Vedanta as a syllabus. But actually it should be the student, it is the learning oriented. Learning oriented was given in the way the Zen philosophy says that the student will come and put his mat and sit down and listen to the whole thing. And the moment he learns, then he will not even say to the Guru that I'm going, just quietly winds up that his mat and then goes away. That's exactly what happened in the Taittiriya Upanishad when you are reading that, Patyakosha, you all read Patyakosha. And then Patyakosha says that every time that he has some idea. He comes back to the teacher. He says that I found out Ananda Vijnana Brahmeti Vijnana, Mano Brahmeti Vijnana. And then teacher says that he is going to come back to the teacher. Then teacher said, but when you closely watch it, Anando Brahmeti Vijnana, after that it doesn't come back to the teacher. Saisha Bhargavi Varni Vidya Parame Yoma Pratish. He was just established in that. Not only that, whoever follows that, Sajayem Veda Pratitishthati, you are in that state only. So that you don't come back to the teacher at all. Quietly you wind up your matter and go away. That's the way that the teacher goes away. That's a whole concept, that's the way that the student goes away. That's the reason why the student is called an Adyavasi. It's another very beautiful word. In the beginning, that the teacher, student is there, the seeker, he comes and touches the feet of the Guru. So that's why it is said that, how do you get this knowledge? He says, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. You bend down and touch the feet of the Guru, Pranipata. There are several ways of Pranipata that is given in the Shastra, but then this Pranipata is the way that you done. The significance of that is that where my head stops, your feet begins. So that the learning process goes on. Unless until you have that kind of a Shraddha, learning process does not go on. So this goes on, but later on, what is the student has to become? That's why it is called as Adyavasi. The idea of student Adyavasi is that ultimately he is going to become the Guru. When he becomes Guru, then there is no more Guru there. Because Guru himself doesn't exist. Guru doesn't exist because only knowledge flows. That's why you see in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna says something, it is Arjuna Vacha. Dhritarashtra says Dhritarashtra Vacha. Sanjay Vacha. But when Krishna comes, he doesn't say Sri Krishna Vacha, Vasudeva Vacha. He says that Bhagavan Vacha. That means Krishna doesn't exist there anymore. Bhagavan. That is there. If you ask Krishna anytime later on, in some place that you meet and ask him, can you repeat Bhagavad Gita? He says, I can't. Because I am not there. I am not the person who has given. It is that Bhagavan that who has given that. So that aspect has to become so that the knowledge flows. That's why very beautifully Radhakrishnan said, don't ask knowledge to pay benediction to you. You pay benediction to the knowledge. You belong to the knowledge. Knowledge is not belong. Recently, a great Indian, this lawyer who is there in USA, he represents US in the world court, that very big man. And he came to Prashanti. And then he had one complaint. He said that, Raghuramji, we have all this knowledge, but we don't patent. That's what is my sadness, that we have no patents. I said, look, the culture itself just says, knowledge you cannot patent. Because knowledge does not belong to you. Knowledge belongs to everybody. That's why we have first mantra itself, it says, Ano Badraya Tukrutavo Vishvata. Let not thoughts come all directions. Give all the directions. And we have such a beautiful example in Bangalore. You see, during the COVID, there's one person, I think, Dr. K. Sridhar, he produced something extraordinary. Then he said that, health department to take it forward, this and that. They said, you need to patent it, you need to do this. It has got this procedure. He said, forget about it, I will distribute it freely to everybody. This is the spirit that we have. And we give this knowledge to the world around. And that's what the Gurupoornima, that's what is the Guru that let us recognize. Remember this extraordinary, wonderful, this is sacred kind of a yajna that's happening. That's what is the Gurupoornima that we are thinking of. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghuramji. Anyone would like to ask any questions? This is the time. Whatever questions that comes to your mind.
Yeah. Art is there and then there's people are there.
We pass on the mic so that it is heard.
Any clarity, any question, anything like that?
You wanted to ask? She was sharing some question in the morning.
It's about how we handle our life in day-to-day basis. How to maintain a samatva?
The idea is,
Raghuramji, can you repeat the question once more there?
what is how to handle life? How, and more clearly, is how to maintain the samatva during the life, during the regular daily life. For ordinary human being, ordinary simple kind of a family person, how to maintain that samatva. It's a very important question for almost like everybody's question. Only that he voiced, but the question is for everybody. Two things that we need to understand is that as I said that in the Vedas they have given something like this is what is basically karma kanda, and there is one thing called as jnana kanda. All these things are peripheral activity, and then core activity is that we reach our own self. That's another very beautiful thing that you see. Nobody has any question that you asked. Somehow the student gives a direction to find out yourself today. Inner journey is something what is recommended. Why that inner journey is recommended? Because whatever that is there deep inside, we are the bliss, we are the peace, we are the God ourselves. This is what is extraordinary thing about this conference, this culture is. In every other culture, is God is about somewhere else. Many times you can't even reach Him. In our culture, God is there within us. That's a simple thing. And the purest aspect of us is nothing but God. Unblemished, undisturbed, unassociated, kind of a thing is supposed to be God. Which clearly means if I don't associate anything deeply inside me, then I am taking the shelter under God. So therefore, basically, any situation that is there outside, if you look at it, it is either that you lose some name, or you lose some money, or you lose some time. You are beyond all these things. Those things, okay, some loss will be there, some damage will be there. All right. I am capable enough to digest all those things and I can continue in my journey. That's what is the way. What kind of insight that even Edison has gone through when 1,000 experiments failed. And then one last fellow apprentice who was there that said, I'm sick of you. I'm leaving. And then he requested him, you are the only person now with me because nobody else is there. But just one last experiment, you please help me. After that, if you fail, then you can go. That experiment passed. And then he produced the bulb. Edison could give the bulb because that he put all the insults aside, continued on his journey. That's what Rabindranath Tagore said, Ekla Chalore. Goina Ashe, the Ekla Chalore. You go alone, even though nobody comes with you. It's all right, they're fine. We do not find fault with them, but we make our journey possible. Keep your peace within you.
Anyone else? Ranjit, I'd like to understand the relationship between Vairagya and Grihastha. How much of Vairagya and Vairagya in Grihastha?
Actually, when you look at all these ashramas, every ashrama is like a foundation for the next ashrama. Or in other words, this previous ashrama has to give us such a kind of a direction so that it automatically transcends into the next ashrama. That's why I always say like this, the way that you see it's not connected with this, but it's similar kind of a concept. I say that, which normally psychologists also say that after 18 years, the child is more like your friend than your child. But there is a deeper meaning behind that. The child is what God has given him, whereas friend is or her choice. You have to earn the friendship. And you are given 18 years of time. Have you done your homework to earn the friendship of your child? Think of it. If you have not done that, in America I always used to say that the parents of East Coast, the children want to go to the West Coast for college, for undergrad. Why? They want to be as far away from the parents as possible. Where are you applying for your intern? This is that I have applied for intern in somewhere in Korea. So that people, parents do not reach them. Something like that happens. So therefore, your grahasthashrama should be in such a way, because grahastha is a big responsibility. It's not only for you, your family, your friends, your surroundings, to see that they are all given spiritual guidance in that direction. So then what happens is that some element of vairagya sets into them. But then two important things need to be done. The grahastha. One thing is that people should not feel grahastha as an enemy for us. You know, some parents have seen in such a way that the children get an idea when they are 15, 20, to say, just don't want to get married. Why? I've seen every day my parents. What an impression I have created for marriage institution. If marriage institution is not properly taken care of, how can you go to the next institution called as the Vanaprastha? In fact, yesterday only I was having a discussion with Indica, Hari. So we are planning in November also one retreat for Vanaprastha, and I am guiding them. It's going to be a wonderful retreat. The whole idea of is to think of only Vanaprastha. If you have not taken care of grahastha, how can you think of Vanaprastha? And if you think of proper Vanaprastha, how can you go vairagya, sannyasa? So basically all these things have to go one vestibuling to the others, one leading to the other. It has to happen. Let me give you a very simple idea. In fact, a lot of people have a lot of ideas about this Vanaprastha. But my own simple idea in Vanaprastha is this way, that we have two things. One is called as an ability to do the activity, do the research, do the experimentation, all that. Another thing is the knowledge that we have gained. Okay? Now what happens is at the time of Vanaprastha, I am not involved in the activity anymore. But all the experience that I had, all the knowledge that I gained, it has to be useful. That means I have to give that confidence to my child or my juniors in the office to see that, yes, come on, you can do it. I can withdraw from you. I empower them. I lead them, give them that assurance that you are capable of doing. Not only you are capable of doing, you can do much better than me. This is what is basically the way that you can earn Vanaprastha. And when you are capable of handling that way, without losing the respect that you have, then automatically that you don't involve in anything, sannyasa happens by itself. It's not that you do anything. It's not that you leave everything and go away. But you are not involved in the activities, but then they take care of you. Like the way sannyasi is taken care of by the grahastha. You are the only sannyasi in your house. Your own family is a grahastha in the house. They take care of it. They said, Dad, be there. You know, you are like a member in the family, wonderful, useful that you be here. So this is what is the way that the culture is. Only those people who can become teachers along with this. That's why we have, the teacher has two qualities. Guru has two qualities. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. One who has a Shruti knowledge and also is established in Brahman. That is so beautifully given in Krishnopanishad. It says, Brahmaparaha, Brahmanishtaha, both these things are there. But then he goes in search of answers for his questions to Pipalada. And Te Parabrahmaiti, That's what is that he goes for. So these are the people who are the teachers, who have the knowledge, but at the same time they can passionately communicate. So they become only the teachers. They have set up ashramas on the outskirts, wherever it is that people could go there. Those days earlier. Actually, it was a very nice concept that they had. We had these ashramas where the teachers used to be there. One ashrama Sandipani, another ashrama like Vishwamitra, Vasishta. People all ashramas and people used to go and learn different specialities that they used to learn. But then what they thought that people would go from one end to the other end to learn. Rather than that, why not we put them together in one place? This idea has given rise to this first Nalanda and Takshashila University concept. The concept, how they have evolved is, the body they have removed, they have lifted these teachers and students belonging to one particular school, brought them together, so that a student who is learning Nyaya Shastra, he is learning with one teacher, but then he has finished Nyaya, somehow he goes to Vaisheshika. You don't have to go anywhere else. There itself Vaisheshika is there. That's why our first universities, that is Nalanda and Takshashila, had more than 50,000 students. That means to say each teacher, about 1,000 students on a rotation basis, they were there. 50 teachers were together. Can you imagine what must be the area? The whole Nalanda was a city. Takshashila was a city. Now Takshashila is in Pakistan. Anyway, let's not worry about it. So this whole thing, the concept has come with this way, that the learning passed on such a way that only who are capable of teaching and guiding the people, they become the teachers, they become sannyasis. The rest of them, they are having that sannyasa life, living in the household itself, not putting their head in all these things under subject is absolutely necessary. In fact, in my father-in-law's case, I remember very well. We were all living together and then we were doing all this kind of activities. He never involved in any of activities. The only thing is, wherever that he could help us to do something, like how this and that, he would do that. One day I was going to some engineering college to get some application form. What are you? I was going, and then he said, Raghu, you are going to get some application form. Yeah, I'm going to get that. Can I drive you? Can you also come with you on your scooter? You know, those scooter? I said, old man, why do you want to trouble yourself by coming? Well, I can go there. No, I don't like to come with you. It's not a couple of Okay, I took it. Believe it or not, when we got down at the engineering college there, I saw that the whole engineering college came together in line to touch his feet. I said, what is that? 10 years ago he was a teacher, he retired, and he has nothing to do with that. But the respect that he carried, though he was not interfering with anybody, that's what is sannyasa. He was living with us, living along with us, but that was the kind of life that he was living. That's what we need to learn. Now what happens is that's why I hear this phrase commonly said that, don't micromanage me. Children telling the parents, don't micromanage. It's so true. You don't allow them to grow by micromanaging.
Thank you, Raghu. So if you have understood, in whatever ashrama, it doesn't matter where we are. It is more of our inner,
Come this way.
it is more of our inner attitude.
Right. Ashramas are attitude, growth attitude. Actually, that's another very important aspect is that, see, when you look at this ashrama concept, which this one of us are going to bring that in any case, we never had in this culture the idea of retirement. It's such a curse of the Western culture. Can you imagine the curse of Western culture? This, it's a burden of the society itself. And this fellow is working happily, and then somehow another 5 years that he is going to retire. Before retirement, he is to be taken to the top. So he becomes like a chief or the executive director, big post. for 1 or 2 years. Next day, a send-off party. So much down. His papers are not clear. He goes to the office to take care of it. The same clerk in the office says that, don't come now because I'm busy with my engineer who's coming. And that was his junior, not junior fellow than this. This will always say that, yeah, you should wait in the waiting room. I will call you. What happens? I feel so sad. They can't help it because the system is like that. Whereas in our culture, we didn't have question of retirement at all. Because at the beginning, that your body is useful, your physical work is useful. But as you go ahead, your intelligence, your experience is useful. Beyond that, your spirituality is useful for us. You are never useless for us. You are never useless for us. That's the journey of this particular preaching.
That is something fantastic. When you said beyond that, spirituality is very useful. You know, we see people who are bedridden yet inspiring by their attitude, the way they live.
You say spirituality is the journey from selfishness to selflessness. So I understand that the Shishya or the student or seeker is more self-centered and towards a bounded state, and that selflessness is unbounded state, which is the more of Guru Tattva is guiding towards that unbounded selfless state. So little more on the journey from the selfishness to selflessness, if you can just tell us something.
Actually, more than the selfishness and selflessness, the whole idea is that recognizing your responsibility. Earlier, what used to happen is that I identify myself with so many things which are there outside. And when I achieve this, I achieve this, so that people will recognize me, people will do these things. I'll get that kind of. So all those things are actually they are about outside. They are not about yourself. Spirituality is something where you try to leave all those things behind, recognize that you are the divinity. And that you cannot think of that it as a journey, together we do it. Ultimately it is a journey of your own. Absolutely your own. In that sense it looks like selfishness, but actually it's dissolving all the other self. That's why Patanjali uses the idea very beautifully. It says that Tatha drashtu swarupi avastha. When you do samadhi, when you go in this path of samadhi, Tatha drashtu swarupi avastha. But what is that swarupi avastha? But another thing is that we have wrong idea of swarupa. That's why in the next sutra it gives us that vritti sarupya vitaratraha. All these activities that we do, unconsciously, unknowingly, that we got identified with all those things. That is what becomes like our swarupa. My swarupa is my, all that which is there outside. So from that, I come back to my swarupa, which is not outside, which is my real self. That's what is the journey, spiritual journey that we say. Actually, on one end is the material world, that means the world, my material is the world. On the other end is the you, that is individual, which is the concept, which we call it spiritual. The more and more I identify with the world outside, I am materialistic. The more and more I identify myself with this self, and those things I really use it, then I am spiritual. This journey is the journey of yoga. This is a journey of the lifestyle in this culture. That's why yoga is a journey of lifestyle.
Raghuramji, there is a question from here. What's inner transformation? How does one go about understanding the self?
Yeah. But Shastriji always used to ask that question very beautifully. Shastriji is like our teacher. In the Gurupoornima, he is supposed. I fondly remember him, recollect him. I say that this whole Shanti concept is actually, it is the thing which is brought about by Shastriji. So, he always used to say we always used to ask one question that how long just can you be with yourself without any support props outside? Can just be with yourself. No TV, no nothing, no phone. Even these days, all the cell phone and all those things. Just leave it aside. Just can you be without any? That's what somebody said that. What is that? Yeah, I'm doing weekly one day this technology fasting.
Detox.
We used to do the food fasting. There is technology fasting. I don't use the phone, I don't use the TV, I don't use any of these things. I just stay in myself. How can we do it? That shows the idea that how am I comfortable with myself? Am I peaceful with myself? If you're not peaceful with yourself, how can you bring about peace in the world outside? We are hurrying outside in the world to give the peace, but we don't have peace in the world. I'll just quote one simple example that, young girl, 78, 19 years old, busy all the time, listening to music, listening to this, doing some dance classes. My friend's daughter in USA. 3 days I was there and then she didn't even have time to say hi to me. So one day it so happened that she was driving someplace I had to go. And then she didn't have that earphone, so I said, I can talk to her now. I said, okay, so how are you doing? All this, something like that, and all that, nothing. Can you be without all this thing? Then you ask me, why? Well, I mean, basically, you are a nice girl, you are a very pretty, beautiful girl. I just want you to be with yourself so that you recognize how beautiful that you are. Then, you don't know how horrible I am. I can't be with myself more than 5 minutes. I said, you can't be with yourself more than 5 minutes. And you want somebody to marry you, be with you for a lifetime? Is it not a crime? See, this is what unfortunate thing that happened is that we can't just be with ourselves. That's what is the growth in spirituality, saying that I am comfortable within myself because basically that my nature itself is comfort. Nature is nothing. So that is the way that we really try to look into ourselves. And all other things, I do it as something which emerges out of this comfort, out of this silence that's there within me, not as something to escape from that silence. If you can recognize that, you are spiritually going.
One question here, how to start our spiritual life?
Start our spiritual life. There are 2-3 things that are there. One thing is that the help which can take us back to our nature is, see, to start with our nature was, look at a child. Naturally, the child has love within it. Look at any child, 2, 3, even 1 week child looks at your face, smiles. That means the child has a natural smile, natural love. Can we love the whole world? Can we have this love for the whole thing around? That's something which is a spiritual life. That's why it is not only we recognize, the West also is recognized, the love is God. I mean, actually they said God is love, love is God. But I would say the other way around. God is love because love I don't know what God is. And the love that I have is God itself. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, the spirituality is being completely free from any dependence from outside. So therefore that, can I be independent of anything that's there outside? They are there fine, but I myself is not dependent on them. I'm independent of it. So that is something we need to understand. They are not contributing to me for the sake of my happiness because I'm fine. I'm fine myself. But I'm with that. This is the second aspect of it. And third aspect is the aspect of is that can we start inward journey at least for some time in a day? Can I just sit down and close my eyes, look into myself, not engaged in anything with the outside world? Can we start that way? Small little time, it can be extendable. And it's not that what time it is, a time where you expect at least disturbance from outside. Nothing is really bothering. At that point of time, I sit quiet and then be within myself. These are the things which can help us to start the spiritual journey, spiritual life. You see that it has not started the spiritual journey, but already it is there within us and we are touching that. Yeah. You can repeat that. You can ask her and then repeat that.
Yeah. The question is that when you are questioning something, it is you are questioning with, there is an energy in that you want to know something. But there is another part of it where it is speculating. You question in a speculation is more in a negative connotation. How do I get up, shift that speculation to questioning and fear?
Well, repeat that question, Bala, for everyone.
Yeah. The question is that we would like to do certain things, but then before even we start doing something, that a negativity comes in the mind. We don't know whether it is possible or not. I don't know whether it succeeds or not. Does it give the suitable possible results or not? I don't know all these questions. These questions come up in the intellect. Our emotion says, come on, you do it, because you feel that you can do something. But then immediately the intellect comes. Intellect only tries a negativity. The function of intellect is to put the negative forward. In fact, that's how the intellect functions. Questions why we really have to do it. So these are the things that nobody else is doing, but I have to do it. That's another question. Intellect wants to look at all these things. So therefore, that intellect is a wonderful tool. And there is one author by name Finn, he says something. All these questions that are there, he calls it as WH words. It's beautiful. Why, what, how, W and H are there together. These are all questions. He says that these words can have two ways of application. One is you can apply them with the question mark. You can also use them with an exclamatory mark. What a wonderful object it is. The moment you say what a wonderful object it is, now it is exclamatory mark, not any more question mark. That means it fills you with that sense of wonder. Now, all that what you need to do is to see that the work that you have taken up, is it fairly logical, rational? Is it something which follows in the order? You are not trying to move a mountain. That's a different issue. Once you have taken up that, then go look at what the negativity aspect of it, because what happens is that action is important. Result is not important. Because the simple thing is, result does not belong to you. Result belongs to the activity. Karma phala belongs to the karma. And today this your karma phala comes in the way, it is something which corrupts your karma. Doing aspect itself, it corrupts. Many times what happens is, if you feel that's a good work, go ahead and do it. Don't look at whether it is results come or not. More often what happens is that I would like to see the result than it gives the result. I would like to see the result than it gives the result. It gives the result. That's why I always say, Krishna has taught the whole of Bhagavad Gita to 3 people. And look at the result Krishna got during that time. The first fellow is Sanjaya. He heard the whole thing, he did not sleep in the class because he repeated. So naturally, he was awake. But then what happened with Sanjay? Sanjay remained only as a memory stick. Nothing happened to Sanjay. Other person he said is to Dhritarashtra, because Sanjay repeated. You know what? If you look at Mahabharata, after the whole of Bhagavad Gita is done, Dhritarashtra says to Sanjay. So finally Krishna managed to misguide Arjuna. He did for that. Krishna has given. So two people did not understand what Krishna has given. So good work. But the result, Arjuna improved. Let's say Arjuna understood. I have my own doubts about Arjuna. Because Krishna is a Gujarati. You can't beat Gujaratis. You see now what happens? Either it is both or Amit. There is no Mita there. There is no limit there. And Arjuna is a Haryani. People particularly understood. And you ask one question, he gives one more chapter. At the end of it, Arjuna must have said, hey Krishna, that is enough. Fighting war is better than listening. So anyway, let's give a benefit of doubt too. But in spite of it, out of 3 people only, Arjuna understood that. That means you give Krishna 33% marks, not even passing marks. Because it was a Yadav, he was passing. But Krishna gave the message because after 5,000 years also that we still remember his message. That's the beauty of it. If you have confidence in the good work, go ahead and do it. Don't look for negativity because intellect supplies you a lot of negativity. Only thing is while executing some, you see that hey, I'm exhibiting this in this world. This world, is it really taking this idea or not? That's what you have to see. And then go ahead and do it. In spite of it, we don't know that success or failure happens or not. Happens, only thing is that may not happen if you do it. Yes?
This is more of an off-spiritual question.
More of?
Off-spiritual. We all know how knowledgeable Ramji is. When it comes to your memory, the way you bring out the connotation from so many scriptures, which we struggle to even remember and bring out the quotations and all those. How do we work towards it, and what is the secret behind your memory? And what do we do? How do we
Actually, thank you because you complimented my memory. Other people work.
In this stage when there are people suffering from Alzheimer's and other diseases in their 60s and 70s,
Yeah.
you have such amazing memory more than what we have in our young age.
Right. Yeah, that apart. Most important thing is that whatever that you are really convinced about it, you are passionate about it, you don't have to struggle for it. You see, a few times, remember a few times, it stays in your mind. And there are several things which I might say, probably for about 20 years that I might not have even recollected. Suddenly it comes up because at that time very passionately I might have been involved in that. I tell you the passion with which that I have entered into this journey, you may not believe it. I was very good at a voracious reader. I used to read the whole library. My brother always used to say, come on library to a small place for you. Because I finished A to Z all the books that were there. I read all this Shakespeare, sonnets. People said that how can you read this violins and Shelley sonnets and all? But I used to be really fond of all those things. But after all those things, when once I started going to spirituality, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Gita and all those things, they fascinated me so much. Now I put all the other things aside. Only thing is that I just either think of it, I recollect So it is your passion towards that is the one that makes you to stay in your memory. All these things. I was very passionate with Shastriji when he was quoting right, left and middle from the Shastras. And another very important aspect is that he just would not quote for quoting's sake. He would never say one Sanskrit quotation if it is not relevant or it is, there are some people who speak to impress upon what they know it. But, that's least importance. You quote it where people are impressed by the quote rather than that this person who knows so many things. If you do that, then things will remain with you. That's what I feel is. But anyway, once again, heartily I thank you.
Similar question.
Yeah.
Like we hear so much of like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Samhita, Patanjali, like too much of info, and I'm not able to organize my study. So kind of, is it like just peacefully take what comes, or what is some spiritual diary or syllabus kind?
One important suggestion I could give you on that, and probably it is useful. When I'm teaching in my courses in Vyasa, students also, subjects, Patanjali Sutras and all those things, I teach them. I tell them that look, the concept should be clear. It's not that what they do it, but does it come out with one clear concept. If that concept is not clear, to ask any questions, to get clarification and all that. But once the concept is clear, all the other things will become, concept stays with you for a lifetime. For a lifetime, the concept stays with you. Quotations and all that are simple. And the thing is that the concept, are you able to put it in your own words so that you understand that? I believe it, one thing that happened is that there's one particular set of shlokas that were there in Shavasya Upanishad, some 3 shlokas, 9th, 10th, 11th, I say that now I remember it. I should not quote that. So, I was caught up with those verses because any translation, any commentary was not satisfying because there must be some different meaning behind it. Struggled for almost like 2-3 months, and I was spending time on that. But then that was going in my background, those shlokas. One day it so happened I was in Colorado, early morning I went out for a walk in the mountains. Going for a walk, suddenly it appeared, this is what the Rishi meant. He gave the clear distinction between the Mrita and Amritatva. Mrityutirtva, Amritatva. He made 2 distinct, different kind of a thing. My God, it was like something like what has just stuck to me. That concept. Now once that concept is clear, now those shlokas, those commentaries never leave. And anybody asks anything that I can explain very clearly about all that. Just about a week back, Nagarendra was asking me, what is this you talk about this? He says, concept. And straight to her, sat down with her for about an hour, I explained what does it mean and what. At the end of it, she said, oh my God, in that Upanishad, this is one of the first Upanishads, 7,000 years ago. The Rishi would think like this, which is today so relevant. But then 7,000 years ago, you thought about it. How could you explain this? How did you come to this? Arrived at this particular thing? I said, I don't know how I arrived at it, but this is what I feel. Is it clear? Yeah. And after that, 3-4 days, he was quoting that. That's a kind of thing. So once you are impressed on that, then the concept of it. I was about to say that also, that when my class I was teaching in Vyasa, the subject I was teaching, and then at the time of exam, before exam, they had this question. So is it open book exam or closed book exam, this and that, they were deliberating. Some people give closed book exam. Some people were talking open book exam is more tough than the closed book exam. So therefore this is what. Then they came to me with all these things and they came to me. whether it is open book exam, closed book exam. He said that it is open question paper exam. So what do you mean by that? I have all your emails. 15 days before time I will send you all the question paper exam. Finished. Now, few questions with you. Think about the answer. If you have any doubts, you can come to me and ask me because 15 days time is there. After that, exam will be made to sit up, and I don't want you to quote from any scriptures, any something or anything. Your own language to write down. There's one Hindi guy. He said, I will write answer in Hindi. Yes, please write in Hindi. If you write in Kannada, if you write in Telugu, English, anything is okay because I know all this for them. If you write in Malayalam, I have to come to Prabha. I can't know myself. So, therefore, so I gave them question paper. And then 15 days later, that exam was there. You know what? They called me and said, can we postpone the exam? I said, okay, you do it, even that. But if you have any questions, you can come to me, you can ask me. And I also said, if you did not write answers properly, not that you have failed, I failed, because I failed to convince you. Because I can take a chance to convince you. So, but then there was only one hitch that was there. Because the exam, 1 week later, when they do it, I would have gone to USA. So I cannot correct the question paper, or you have to send the question paper to USA. So the 1 week later, they did the exam. By the time I got to USA, and then Dr. Nagaratna asked me, so should I really send all these question papers? It was a big bundle to USA. Because, USA, I keep traveling various places, so I cannot send one place and then it goes another place. Rather than that, can I correct it? I said, please do that and be happy if you correct it. You know what, when I came back, she said, answers were so wonderful. My teachers know these, my students, they know this concept so clear. That way, the concepts are very important.
So we finish the question answer session? Okay, yeah.
Unknowingly we go through a bad thought process. How to break that pattern?
Go to what?
Unknowingly we go to a bad thought process. How to break that
Bad thought process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very, very important.
And also overthinking.
Actually, yeah. Normally I suggest people this way, that before going to bed, keep a small little diary for yourself and don't show it to anybody else. Yours. There, what are the 5 positive things that you came across the whole day? Right from morning to it's a very simple thing. Like somebody's dress is beautiful. Like for example, this I came the moment that she came and said, wow, lovely sari that you are wearing. Wonderful feeling. Nice feeling. Write down those things. So that what happens is 5 items you need to write down. The whole day you will be looking for positive things only. You train your mind to be in a positive way. Bad thoughts do not have any more entry into your mind. Second thing is that either way this bad thought can be a problem, because always what happens is that origin is comparison. When you start comparing a bad thought, either you feel you are bad, or you feel the other is bad, because you want to put one or the other side of this thing. So this is what happens. No comparison. You are a king of yourself. An ultimate reality of yourself. You take that way, then there is no reason for bad thoughts.
Overthinking.
Sorry?
Overthinking.
Overthinking. Actually, Patanjali uses a very beautiful idea. He says that, actually it is, we say overthinking It's not overthinking. It is, you are not being in the present. In the present there is nothing to think. What is there to think? But thoughts belong to the past. And we move from thought to thought, one thought to another thought. These thoughts are solidified past. It's already done over. It becomes stale. And that we keep on chewing. So therefore, basically, that don't, you see that it is past and all those things, you just leave it aside. Anything about the past, leave it aside. It has nothing to do. Be in the real, be in the present at this moment. That's why Patanjali says, move from what is called as, he says that the thinking, thought to thinking. That's what he says very beautifully. Vichara to nirvichara. That's what he has to do. Nirvichara does not mean that I am not in the perceiving the present, but I am not in the thought. I was with a professor in USA, asked him, a very big professor. He took against a stool that was there. Wife in the kitchen, she asked him, what is that sound? He said, tripped against the stool. Why did you not see the stool? He said, yesterday it was not here.
The questions will go on and on. Yes. I wish we had a one-day retreat itself, right? Isn't it? So, I am sure everyone would have felt that you would have come with some questions or some issues in your house or some situations, and automatically the session would have given you some clarity or some light on that. And that is the beauty of every satsang, and that is the beauty with satsang with Raghuramji. Right? I have personally felt that I would have been facing some situations, and automatically somebody would have asked that question, and it gives absolutely shows light. So, like in Bhagavatam, when Brahmaji is sitting and Narada is sitting down, Narada is asking Brahmaji, where is the power? Where are you getting this power? How did you do this? Where is this creation? And he very beautifully said that. So it's like a dark room, I would say like that. It's a dark room, and even though I am there, I'm sitting there, I have a lot of raw materials. I have a lot of things. I might have a book, I might have a pen, or I might have the spirit or the engineering to do. But if it is dark, then how can I do this? There is a light which beautifully comes, and that is what Raghuramji is. That he is that light which absolutely that shows us, it just throws light on you, and then you know where things are and which to take and which not to take. We get the choice, and that is the beauty of Raghuramji satsang. It brings goosebumps to me because after a long time we are having a offline satsang like this, very big satsang. We have been having Uttara Kuta, we have been very successfully having Uttara Kuta 3 to 4 times. But that was very short, the short circles here, and this is the first time here. And we hope to have more such satsangs. And like he said, the open question paper, it gives us a very good idea for our IELTS examination. So I'm sure people who are watching us, that yes, we are pioneers in teacher training courses, because we use the best of the guidance of Raghuramji and all the teachers here who are being guided by him and have been inspired, and also like he said, the passion there, the passion to teach, the passion to impart knowledge. And he always, when we ask him, Raghuramji, how do you just remain so humble and grounded? Because the moment we start taking a lecture, we start feeling, wow, see, I am taking such a wonderful class. I am sitting here and addressing the crowd, and look, everyone is smiling. So there is always and I'm seeing him always being so grounded. And he keeps telling that, Prabha, knowledge is it just flows. So that sentence itself is so profound there, that how the knowledge just flows from the grace, and then he is having the grace, and then the grace just flows on to all of us, reaching every person here like the banks of a river, right? So just touching
So that is how we can all feel the flow of knowledge. And a few announcements to make here is, of course, today on this auspicious occasion, I would like to announce that we started the 2 book projects of Raghuramji some months ago, and that was one was Celebration of Life, a biography of Raghuramji, because Raghuramji always used to say that it's a celebration of life. It is not that we are born in this world to, just to suffer. No, it's a beautiful celebration of life, and we are going through beautiful experiences. So it's a biography of Raghuramji done in a very interesting manner, and there are about a few volunteers who came forward, and they have been relentlessly working for this project. The second one is the compilation of talks on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So again, it's a very beautiful, 196 sutras to say. Sutra is like, you would say, condensed form. It's like in coding language. You have one code and that's a big thing to be going on. So that is like some big bomb statement, one statement and that's it. So imagine that, and he is explaining all these sutras, and the set of volunteers have heard the session, transcribed it, and then proofread it so that the reader the students who read this Patanjali Yoga Sutras get a very beautiful understanding. So that has tremendous amount of work has been going on by another team of volunteers. So 2 parallel things, and that I'm used to tell all of you is almost 90% of the work is over. So there's a little bit more proof editing and the cover page and all has to be done. And we are wanting to do a soft copy teaser launch on 20th July. That is the English birthday of Raghuramji. So today we were about to do it, but due to some technicality issue, we have postponed it to the 20th of July. So the 20th of July will be an online event where we will be launching the soft copy teaser. Basically, it's a 1 chapter of each book would be shared to all of you so that you could enjoy, and also a platform open for contributions, because we really need valuable contribution from all of you to publish these books, so that every nook and corner, every place, every person who is interested to start a spiritual life or have questions, they just immediately take it. Because Raghuramji was saying, a person, if someone reads the biography book, Prabha, it should not look as if I am telling my story. It should not be like that. Someone who reads it gets inspired. And that is what I want. It's not like I want to boast my life. And that part of what he told really touched me actually, and that is what the team is going forward. I will be sending you the invite link, and please do join the online, and please do contribute how much ever you would like to do for the Yoga Bharati Trust. The second thing is Yoga Teacher Training course. We always do every year. Last year we did the first time online, otherwise every time it was offline. So this year it's going to be a 200-hour course. So this 200-hour course also is very beautifully designed by Yoga Bharati, because we ensure that the person who's coming here to learn yoga is also having a holistic 360-degree understanding of yoga, because that is always the vision of Raghuramji is every family should be transformed, and if one person is transformed, automatically it is like a laughter is best. It's a contagious disease, they say. It's not a disease, they say, right? So it's like one person gets transformed, all the other people get transformed. And that is the way we are wanting this Yoga Teacher Training course. So we have refined it from 2015 till 2022, right? 2022. We have been refining it to such an extent that it is a complete 200-hour course offered by our faculty and of course along with Raghuramji. And we always also have a retreat in that, and that retreat is usually the top hit because with Raghuramji there. So imagine that the king is there and so the subjects are there. So imagine how it will be, right? So it's beautiful. Or if the Shuka Brahma is there and all the disciples are there. So it's that is the way. It's like 2 to 2.5 days of retreat with Raghuramji. All the students have wonderful bonding time with each other, plus they have a very unique spiritual experience. It's instead of going out with family, you're going out with like-minded people So that is the speciality of yoga teacher training course, and we're starting it on August 20th, that is August 20. It will be a weekend course, and I invite everyone to encourage your family member to join the course. So whether you want to be a yoga teacher or you just want to understand yoga itself, you are welcome to start. This is the journey. So yoga teacher training course is just a start. It's like a starter to make your bread. To make the bread, how much time it takes, right? So you put a starter there for your journey, and that is how it is. Whether you are 85 years young or 16 years young, it doesn't matter. So we have had people who have been 65 plus who also have done a yoga teacher training course. So it is not that I have to be fit, because we are all not completely fit, right? So we are all in the progress. We are all in the journey of being spiritually, mentally, physically fit. So anyone can do the course. It only requires your commitment and dedication and passion, of course, to learn, and the inquisitiveness and curiosity to know more and more. So I think I have done announcements. Anything more? Any other announcements? Yeah, we are also thinking we have a series of workshops and courses coming around. Navaratri will come. Navaratri Kathotsava is very, very popular. We have not yet finalized what is the topic. Then we are thinking of Let Go book. We have Let Go books, which is beautifully written by Raghuramji's guru, Shastriji. And you're welcome to buy the book. We also have t-shirts and also yoga bags, which is designed by Yoga Bharati, and it is prepared in an NGO organization. So you're welcome to take that, and we also have Om boxes also. If you want Om box to put that in your house, we do have that. So we are planning it. The dates are not finalized with a couple of workshops. Some are absolutely open to all, which is a thing called Let Go series. There is letting go. We did it to 2020, the online series of Saptaha, where this book was taken, and some of the volunteers, the students of Raghuramji, had come and presented the topics, and Raghuramji wrapped up the session like that. So that went on very, very well. We had about 500 people attending that Let Go series, and we are hoping to do a sequel to this August, by God's grace. We are not yet finalized. So that's it. So we'll close the session. Let's all sit comfortably, back spine straight. Let us completely be grateful for this day, filled with gratitude, with the flow of knowledge. And like Raghuramji said, beautiful 5 things. Today itself we are able to find out all the 5 wonderful things we have done on this day. It makes us feel more and more grateful. Let's chant 3 Oms along with Pratna. Breathe in. happy to announce that Dr. Lata Venkatram, one of the leading gynecologists in Bangalore, who's also a spiritual seeker, who's also a student of Dayanand Swamiji, and also a student of Raghuramji, she is agreed to be also one of the trustees of Yoga Bharati. So we have now wonderful trustees, a beautiful group, and she's keen to develop more of the Swasti Vibhaga of Yoga Bharati to do a lot of outreach programs. And anyone who would like to be part of these outreach programs, which will be reaching out to the rural areas to develop a lot of health awareness, you're welcome to connect to me so we can have a meeting with Lataji. And Dr. K.N. Sridhar, who is also the registrar of Vyasa, he's agreed to be the advisory board member of Yoga Bharati. And also Krishna Raghavan, he's also a student of Raghuramji and my husband also, and he is also the advisory board member of Yoga Bharati. So, and secretary, I remain the secretary, I continue to be the secretary, and the president is also continues to be Sampath Krishna Bhatt, who is not here today. So, and Amarnathji, Satyaji, Sudhakarji, all of them are continuing to be the trustees. So this is a major announcement. So I'm sure many of you will be very happy to hear that Dr. Lata is with us. So we can have lots and lots of sessions with her. At her residence, she's really wanting to do many health awareness sessions, and for teachers and for public too. So let's look forward for that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Tea, ginger tea and sundal, a nice healthy snack is provided there. Please have that, and you're welcome to buy anything. Thank you.
So, please take care. Yeah. There are glasses, steel glasses, you can serve the viewers.